Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very exciting video of finds I got from the Noble Records. Uh, Managed to get down to Charlotte, down to Matthews, and go into his shop for the first time. Got some really cool finds. I was like so excited, and in his latest video, the Summer Vinyl Tag, which I hope I can put out soon, um, he gave me a shout out, which is absolutely amazing. You know, I love his channel. I've been watching it for years. I met him there, and it was like this crazy thing. He was like watching my YouTube channel. It was nuts. I was couldn't believe it. If you ask any of my friends here, they tell you how much I've been talking about that. But anyways, I've got a stack of finds that aren't from there, and then I've got the finds that are from there. So figured I'd start with this one, Garcia by Jerry Garcia. My mom actually bought this at the record show a while ago, and like a year ago, and I had it in my room. I just never like added it to my collection. I have the songs in my playlist. I had it in my Discogs, but I never just filed it away for some reason. But the reason why I really kept it is because that is a white label promo. The disc is not so great, but still pretty cool. And this sounds a lot like the Grateful Dead. You know, pretty sure they all play on this, anyways. They all kind of made their solo albums. 72, I think this came out. It's pretty good. Gotta give it more listens. Next is one I found at a yard sale yesterday, or 2 days ago. But this was, I didn't really find any records. I bought one LP and a couple 45s, but this is the only LP that I walked away with. Ahmad Jamal's Alhambra. Alhambra. A great jazz album. I think this was his jazz club or something crazy. But yeah, it's an original press. It's super clean, like minty condition. Really enjoyed it too. It's a great album. It's not too expensive. Probably run you 15-20 bucks. I got this for $1, so had to pick it up. Now we're getting into the stuff I got from Noble Records. The last two are not, but these next bunch are. This is one I picked up. Bruno Major, To Let a Good Thing Die. Bruno Major is one of the new artists that I like. One of the only ones. And I really love his stuff. His third one, Columbo, I think, I prefer to this one. But this one is really good too. It's got some great tracks. Regent's Park is probably my favorite. I listen to that all the time. But yeah, this one I'm going to give to my girlfriend for sure. She's a way bigger fan than I am. But this is Bruno Major. If you need some new music to check out, Bruno Major is one to listen to. Love his stuff. Alright, now we're getting to more familiar stuff for my channel. This album has been eluding me. I've had it in my want list for like probably 2 or 3 years, and I see it all the time. But every time I see it, it's trashed, or something's really wrong with it. It's really expensive or something. But this copy was $5, and it's really nice. Grand Funk Railroad On Time. This is their debut album, and an original pressing, I believe, with the shrink wrap on it. Come on, man. That's awesome. This album is killer. It's like on par with all that obscure 70s hard rock, in my opinion. This one and the second one are definitely my favorite Grand Funks, but look at that vinyl. That's nice. It's got one sort of mark, but it doesn't affect the play at all. I mean, these are loud records, but I've never seen the vinyl this nice on any copy I've tried to buy. And I have seen it in the shrink before, but to have a nice disc and the shrink wrap, it's pretty awesome. And $5 at Noble Records, come on. I had to pick that up. And I'm very excited that I finally got a nice copy. The shrink's a bit torn. Some people would probably tell me to tear it off. The whole debate. Whatever. I don't want to. Cool. Next, more hard rock. This is one that it came out the day that I was there, so I guess on the date of release, I guess it came out 2 weeks ago. But I was very excited about it because I really wanted to listen to it, and I'm glad I picked it up actually. Power of Zeus, Uncertain Destination. This is a live album, or I think, of unreleased recordings from the band. So like some completely new songs that they didn't have on the album. I know It Couldn't Be Me was on the album, I think, is what my friend was telling me. But yeah, picked up that Noble Records exclusive. I listened to this one time and I wasn't crazy about it, but don't hate me because I think I'm gonna need to give this another spin. I think I was in the wrong listening mood. I've been a little burnt out on music in general lately, but you know, it's coming back, so had to pick up this release while I was there. It's on Super Sweet Yellow Wax. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, this is an Ancient Greece release. He also had copies of Horse on green vinyl, which was his other exclusive. And I was debating between the two. I went with Power of Zeus because this is like completely new music, and y'all know how I feel about reissues sometimes. But yeah, I mean, it's technically not really a reissue. It's kind of just the first time it's been released, and I have a vinyl copy, so that's pretty cool. And definitely gonna have to give it more listen. This is that same heavy 70s proto metal type, loud guitars, solos, riffage, awesomeness, you know. But definitely gonna listen to it again. Continuing in that same vein, this is one that I was really excited to see there, and this is such a nice copy, and I'm very happy about it. But this is one I never ever see, so I had to pick it up. Haystacks Balboa. If you've never heard this, it is that same as the Power of Zeus, like heavy hitting hard rock, a little bit of the prog direction on this one, but this album is killer. And you can get it for $35. This is a super nice copy. I was very happy about that. Opens up with Spoiler, great hard rockin' track. Auburn Queen, good sort of prog track. Ode to the Silken Men's, kind of got some psych leanings. But yeah, I think they're from New York, but this is really heavy. This is a really heavy album. I think it's 1970. This album is really killer. I was looking online. I found some pictures of some posters where they're on the bill with like Black Sabbath and bands like that, which I just thought were really cool. And I'll probably insert pictures of. But this is a ripping 1970 hard rockin' proto metal album. Incredible, and it's not like ridiculously expensive. It's gettable. I just never seen it, and I saw it, and I knew I had to get it. This next one is one that I took off of the Holy Moly wall. I walked in there and knew I was gonna buy one off there. I told myself I would. You know, I had to blow past my budget a little bit, but definitely worth it. This has not left the turntable. I'm telling you right now. This has been on every day. Multiple times even sometimes. The Cheerful Insanity of Giles, and Fripp. This album is weird. It is a strange album, but for some reason when I played it one time, every single song was stuck in my head. Like, I don't know if this album was like buried deep in my brain and I knew all the words already, but it's super catchy, sort of whimsical pop psych British humor type deal. If you like Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd, and like Madcap Laughs, you probably like this one. But Giles, and Fripp, two of these guys, Robert Fripp and Michael Giles, are members of King Crimson. That's their big claim to fame here. This is nothing like In the Court of the Crimson King or anything like that. I do believe they recorded a version of I Talk to the Wind. Robert Fripp is just an incredible guitar player, and Michael Giles' drums are amazing. This is a promotional copy. It's got the promo stamp. It doesn't say anything on the label, but I don't think they did that for Duran. Duran is one of my favorite labels. Everything on there is just so killer. But yeah, this opens up with North Meadow, which kind of sounds like a song from Tommy. It's got two sort of separate stories going on. It's got the saga of Rodney Toady and Just George, Newlyweds, One in a Million, Digging My Lawn, Thursday Morning. Those get stuck in my head all the time. They're really, really great pop psych tracks. I love them. And then How Do They Know is a great one too. Elephant Song. I had to pull this off the wall. You know, I saw it up there. My dad loves this album. I think that's where the lyrics came to me from. This is a decent copy. I could do with an upgrade eventually. It's got some clicks and pops, but I've never ever seen this album, and I'm curious to know how many of these were pressed, because in the U.S., I believe only in the combined both versions of this that are on Discogs, only about 140 people have it, 130 or something like that, which is pretty crazy. That's a very low number, especially for an album on a major label. So I was just, if anyone happens to know how many of these were pressed in the US, that'd be interesting. But yeah, the pressing sounds great, as does every album on Duran. This one is in the $60 range, $60, $70. You know, the prices are kind of all over the place, but yeah, highly recommend this one. And then these next two are not from Noble Records. These are ones I got very recently, as in yesterday and today. This is one I already had a copy of, but this is an upgrade for me. The Soft Machine with the uncensored cover. I have had this record with the uncensored cover in my want list for 4 years. And I went to the record show one day, and I saw this, and I pulled the disc out, and it was trashed. So I was like, I told him I had a censored copy at home, and he was like, well, why don't you come swap the disc for the cover? I'll just do it for free. And I was like, okay. So it's got a pretty nice disc, and it's got a decent cover. It's got this wheel's all out of whack, and it's a little bit broken, but I really, really wanted an uncensored copy. Like, I completely was trying to hold out for one, and I just sold out, because this is such an incredible album. Like, Hope for Happiness, Joy Boy Toy, and the Hope for Happiness reprise that runs as one track. Fantastic. Same with Why Am I So Short, So Boot of It All. This is just an incredible psychedelic album. One of the most essential ones, in my opinion. Prices on the uncensored copies went up like crazy. They're now in the like $60, $70 range, which is nuts. Even when I started collecting, I know this was probably a $40 record, and that was 4 years ago. So it's crazy how the prices have changed, but rightly so. This is a fantastic album, and it's hard to find the uncensored cover. They were managed by Chas Chandler, I believe, who was the manager for Jimi Hendrix. So they were on a package tour with Heir Apparent, Jimi Hendrix, anyone of that. It was like, that would have been such an incredible show to see. And they're great live, as I heard from someone at the record show telling me about the couple Soft Machine concerts they saw in 67 and 68, which is pretty incredible. But yeah, this is sort of on the experimental side, but it's still very like palatable. I would say it's palatable. It's not the easiest listen, but it's a great, fantastic record. I love it so much. And this one came in the mail this morning, and I was so excited. This is an eBay buy, and I know I said I'd stop, but I can't. It's too tempting, especially when something like this pops up in America. You gotta buy it. I mean, you're gonna save so much on shipping, and you're never I'm probably never going to see it, just out somewhere. This is Gas. Juju, I believe, is the name of the album, or it might just be Gas. I've seen both. But this is an original UK pressing on Polydor. Claim to fame on this album is that Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac plays on it. This is definitely one I learned from Noble Records a long time ago. But this is fantastic. I put it on and I had a stank face on like the whole time. You know, albums that do that are just wonderful. But the first song, as soon as you put it on, it's just great. I don't even know how to really classify this. The whole time I was listening to it, I was like, I don't really know. I just don't know what to call it. You know, they kind of reminded me of Spooky Tooth in a weird way. I think it's just the vocalist and his sort of delivery, and I guess they have some similarities to them, but it's kind of like funky and soulful and a little bit psychedelic at times and a little bit progressive at times and kind of jazz rock type thing. Discogs listed as fusion, which I don't think that's the right word, but yeah, it's really, really great. Peter Green plays on the song Juju and Black Velvet, which Black Velvet was one of my least favorite tracks on here. But Kulu Se Mama is the first track. Fantastic. Cool Me Down is the last one. Juju is a great track. It's a really great album. Incredible. It's on Spotify. If you just look up Gas, Gass, it'll come up. I ordered this, and I did take a little bit of a chance on it, which I said I would stop that too, but it worked out. It's not the cleanest copy. It's definitely got some marks, but I got a pretty good deal on it. Once I got past like the first 20 seconds, it played fine, completely fine. It's got some surface noise, but not at all overbearing, and it doesn't at all mask the amazing music on this album. This is a great, great album. Yeah, only released in the UK and Germany, I think. Definitely not a US press. They reissued it with a black cover, and it just says Gas across the front. But, yeah, incredible stuff. Highly recommend this one. And, yeah, that's all I got from Noble Records and elsewhere in the past couple weeks. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Noble Records for the shout out. That was really crazy to see that. Yeah, I'm over the moon about these records. I'm so happy. I'm glad I can, I have all this stuff that I can just listen to and keep it on repeat while I'm a little bit burnt out. Because I like to sort of not explore too much. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Hopefully in a summer vinyl tag. Peace.